Okay, good morning. Hey, Paulina. Good morning. It's funny, I was just kind of checking as I was sitting up and it said no one was here. And I was like, oh, something changed. But you're here, Rory and Emma. Good morning. It's really nice to know that you all are in your houses um, doing the same thing I'm doing. So I'm going to try to do this live also on Instagram. Although to be honest, I prefer somehow this YouTube. Okay, I think it's good. I think you'll be able to see me and I'll be able to see you. No, I won't be able to see you. That's the funny part. Okay, so good morning, good morning, good morning. Um, let's start with the seat. And you can just take a moment to, oh, there we go. I wasn't sure if it's cold or not. Most beautiful mornings here. Hey, Yuko. Who else is that? And Katya and Ute. Oh, good morning. Oh, and you know what? There's one more thing someone told me to do here. Let's see. There we go. Okay. Most beautiful mornings. Just wow. Okay, so let's just come to our seat and take a couple of breaths to cleanse, to arrive. Feel yourself start to drop in. Notice the quality of attention that you're bringing to your practice this morning. Drop any sense of judgment, and let's come to this practice, to this seat, with a freshness, the tabula rasa, a clean slate. Pay attention to where your attention drifts. Is it more towards the physical, more towards the breath, energetic, more towards the mental activity, or the emotions or feelings? Or perhaps this morning, your attention is with the stillness. More likely, your attention is in all five areas, all five qualities or locations. And so let's begin to guide and now direct the attention to the breath. If you do notice that physical sensations come up, You can note them and try to remain steady in your seat. Let's begin to guide the movement of the breath, breathing in and down, breathing out and up. Gently at first. So those first few breaths are shorter, more even shallow. And then gradually we build the length and the depth of the breath. So as the body becomes able to sustain an even inhale and exhale, notice where in the body the breath becomes restricted, and just bring your attention, bring your awareness into that area of the body. You can start to focus there, breathing in and out. As you start to feel some release, some receptivity in that part of your body, then move on anywhere else. And it might be that the body is feeling quite receptive, but somehow the mind is more blocked or stuck. So if you find that you're stuck in a thought or stuck in an emotion, bring your breath, bring your attention there. And in the same way, we can start to create some space, start to create that tabula rasa, that clean or blank slate. Where we release attachment to the past, projections into the future. Let your next exhale release softly out. Let's bring the palms together into prayer. And take this moment to welcome yourself. If you bring an intention with you into your day or into your practice, connect with that intention. perhaps we can all join in the collective intention to let this practice be an opportunity to not necessarily wipe clean the slate, but to be fresh, to be new in each moment, to trust that the past choices, experiences are part of shaping and forming who we are and how we greet each moment. But also knowing that right now, where you sit, wherever you are, whenever you're in this moment, it may not be as I'm experiencing it. But knowing that you are meeting it from a place of choice. In this very breath, we are co-creating with our reality. Sounds so super cheese. And yet, God, just bow in. And release your hands down. Take a few easy side to side rolls for your head. Releasing the neck. Keep your face soft. And you might take a few full circles. Follow the breath pattern. And then take it the other way. And so even here with some movement that might be very familiar to you, can you find in this moment the way of moving that is for right now? It is, of course, benefiting from the knowledge you have of your body, of biomechanics, of anatomy, of all these, whatever you might be bringing, knowing about tendencies or just the roll of shoulders, tendencies or injuries you have, so that you wouldn't necessarily be like, cranking on yourself, right? But like I'm feeling today, I feel like I need more somehow, bigger, more exaggerated movements than usual. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Just float your arms up. You can interlace your fingers, take the palms straight up. Release the hands down. Keep your right fingertips on the earth. Float the left arm up. Let's just follow the breath for a few minutes here. Let's see what comes up. It's, I think, wonderful to work with familiar movements because it's also a way of just testing kind of where you are right now. If we're always doing something different, it's a little bit hard to gauge, right, over time. And yet, it's real easy to fall into patterns. I remember the first time I did this wonderful practice called Dancing Freedom. Some of you know it. And well, the first many times, basically the whole point of it is to dance freely without feeling like you need to move in any particular way. It's in community. It's a beautiful practice. But I just was like only doing yoga moves. My body just didn't know how to move or remember. It knows, it just didn't remember how to move in another way. I'm going to come into child's pose. You want to join me? And I'll go like this, but it was, over time that I finally started to remember. My body got permission to remember how to move freely. Good. So go ahead, come to child's pose when you're ready. Got a lot of incense going this morning. It's a little bit much. If you have a cushion and you want to place it underneath your belly or chest, you can. You can let your forehead rest. You might like to keep your arms more active. Tops of the feet active. Just breathing into the hips. And slide your hands back, come on up. And to sit for a sec. If you need a cushion, sit on a cushion. Otherwise, just sit in Vajrasana. Toes are long here. Heels are together. I'm going to take a few rounds of Kapalabhati. If you're full of belly, pregnant, menstruating, work with Ujjayi. You can work with the breath. In fact, you could work with the Parvati's lotus, which is a really nice practice my teacher shares with us. Inhale to the crown, flower blooms. Exhale to the base, roots expand into the earth. Okay, so Parvati's lotus or Kapalabhati. You can begin when you're ready and follow your own rhythm. Let the breath out completely. You can do a little breath hold at the end. Inhale. Exhale the breath out completely. We'll do one more inhale, complete exhale, and then hold the breath at the end. You'll release your belly and then let the breath come in. And as always, only hold, only pump as long as it suits you. And so if you feel yourself get stressed in any way, stop, okay? Try to stop before you get stressed. Yeah, it's like, we know that. That's a good life lesson, isn't it? Stop before you burn yourself out. Good. Let's take another round. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in halfway, begin or continue with Parvati's lotus. Release the breath out, hold. Inhale. Release the breath out, hold at the end. Notice the quality of your mind after that breath hold. So the Kapalabhati creates some heat. It can create some upward movement, so to help the digestive fire kindle. We want to keep the attention though pretty low, so it's not just like getting yourself high in the mind, which some of us really like to feel that lightness in the head. But if we keep it nice and low, the awareness, and then have that breath hold, I feel like it's diving, like it's going underneath the water where it's really still and quiet. Lately, the lake, we've had a lot of wind, as some of you know, and the surface of the lake has been really choppy. Maybe your mind is like that too. But then when you can get down below, right, it doesn't matter what's going on up there because it's still, right? And our lake is so deep. So we can really drop it. So let's try it one more time. And this time you can try it. I like this one. I hold little cups. There are different ways of holding your fingers. You can hold your thumbs in. I like to do it with the little cups. And this can bring the energy up quite a bit. So if you find it's too elevating, just bring your arms down. Otherwise, go up. Nice strong arms. One more round. Take a nice full breath in after that short hold. Exhale, release the breath out completely. Inhale one more time. As you exhale, feel the Mula Bandha lift, that little lock in the root. Release the hands. At the end of your exhale, you can take the Jalandhara Bandha. Hold the breath. I realize that for some of you, I know one of you in particular, perhaps the image of or the feeling of going down beneath the surface could be provoking, right? Especially if it's not something you're used to doing, the surface of the water. So use whatever metaphor you wish, whatever gives you that sense of being really in yourself, being in deep. Okay, let's take down drop. We're going to kind of go in and out today of some breath work and some movement. You can pedal it out. You can shift onto your fingertips on one hand and then your fingertips on the other hand. You can come to the fingertips on both hands if you like. Pull the fingers towards each other. You can try coming forward into plank pose. If this isn't appropriate for you, just come into regular plank. Finding a wave through your body. If you're on your fingertips, come to your hands. Just pause in your plank. Feel a lot of support through the legs. I'm feeling like I'm just lifting from the soles of my feet into the pelvis, lengthening, look forward. Come to roll to the outers of your left foot. You can keep your right foot on the ground. Just reach up through that right arm. Maybe take the arm long. Turn through the ribs, through the chest, look up. Bring it down, switch sides. Let your head move back a little bit in space so that as you turn your head, your chin is pressing towards the armpit. There's space though. Keep rotating the upper arm. And release. Bring your knees down. Tuck your toes. Come to sit back onto your heels. If the ground feels far away, take some blocks. Even if it doesn't feel far away, you have some blocks. Maybe just start with blocks. You can sit back a little bit here. My fingers are pointing towards my toes, but it's nice on the blocks because then your knuckles can kind of get it right at your knuckles. So you're taking maybe a little pressure off of the wrists. Good. And then just a few little lifts here. I keep the head looking forward to start. And as always, if this is too much with toes tucked, just untuck your toes. And then lower down. Go ahead, come back. You can have your blocks nearby. Set them off to the side. Downward dog. Toes together, feet together. Shoulder blades on the back. Lift up your right foot. Press the weight all the way up to your fingertips. Start to reach your left heel down. Armpits turning towards one another. Soften through the face. Exhale. Bring your knee towards your nose. Pause here. Roll over onto your left sole of your foot. And just take hold of your shin. So I'm just squeezing my shin, my knee in towards my chest. And then I'm going to switch sides, keeping the leg in real close. Just squeezing in. See how that feels today. Step that foot forward. Lower yourself down. Oh, I haven't done this in a while. Such a nice stretch for the side. Try not to collapse into that left shoulder. And then press into the earth. Lift up. Reach the arm alongside the ear. And follow your breath. Last time, just pause. Reach out through the arm one more time. Press through your foot, your right foot on the ground, and then turn your chest. Maybe you catch the back of your head. Soften through the jaw. Release down. Come back to dog. If it feels good to flow through, you're going to float through a vinyasa. It's funny because, here we are moving through all these really familiar postures. So can we bring to the familiar posture a fresh perspective? That was a question. That's a question. As much for me as it is for you. Can I bring a fresh perspective to something I've done thousands of times. That's where I think it takes a certain amount of depth. So as you're here, let yourself drop into that deep, quiet space. Even as you're aware of all the other stuff, the fluctuations at the surface, yeah? The sensations, the thoughts, the emotions. Step. Oh no, that's what we're doing. We're pulling our knee to our chest right here. Good. And then we're going to just bring the sole of the foot down, kind of squeeze it in. Just holding it in here. And then switch sides. You can just find your balance. And place that foot down. Ankle is right underneath the knee. When we lower ourselves down, you can reach out. And, notice what's your tendency with this shoulder blade here. Really find it on your back. And then move through. Let your breath be what's guiding, what's propelling the movement. And then as you come into a static place, of course, there's all this little stuff that comes up. So be with your breath. Be with what is here and respond to it. Notice if you tend to go into rote movements. This is how I always do it. And see if you can really find what right now needs attending to. Release it. Ooh, come back. And I just felt a whole wave of heat come through. We don't have to do a lot sometimes, most of the time, to get a result. Press through the tops of your feet. This time, bring your hands back. You can hook your thumbs or interlace fingers. Reach the hands back towards your heels. Let your chest float forward. And then find the shape that reflects the feeling that you want to have inside. Much less to do with form and really everything to do with the feeling. Press yourself back up. Downward facing dog. Let's bring the feet together one more time. And let's pick up the right leg. I'm going to open through the hip now, bending the knee, reach the foot across. If you've got a piece of furniture like I do, use it. Explore within what is here. And in this way, the practice can be about responding, and not just not reacting, but not just mindlessly going through. Maybe that's what reacting is anyway. Step your foot forward. Let's just float up. come through. Lunge. Your arms can come up. You can interlace your fingers, take the palms straight up. Soft through the face and jaw. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart space. Let your back knee lower down. Lengthen a bit through the chest and twist towards that bent knee, palms together. And then start to draw. Just finding myself, and I find this often, that I have my patterned way of explaining things. And it's helpful sometimes. But right now, I'm going to use this practice to really explore what is the intention. So for me here, the intention is not to move my chest towards my hands, as I often say, but it's to actually let the back of the heart start to turn and let the back of the heart move to the prayer. It's subtle, but it's a different flavor. And then to feel the outer edge of the front foot all the way to the heel rooting. I'm going to pick up my back knee. You can try that. And then spread the hands. Spread the hands wide. This might be a bit much of a twist. This is feeling like too much too soon. Just bring your hand over. I'm working with some stuff in my right hip. We're all working with something, aren't we? So just noticing what's coming up. Coming out. Step your back foot down. You might want to have your blocks here. Just take Parsvottanasana or pyramid pose. You can start by finding some length and some space, scissoring the legs together. You come up really high. So that you find the heart can soften here. So back of the heart towards the earth. Long through the spine. And then from there, you can bend your elbows, scoop your belly, fold forward. Maybe the hands walk back. Forehead can press against the shin, shin pressing up towards the forehead. Walk your hands forward. Pick up your back leg, standing split. And then exhale to bring that knee in. Come to sit all the way down here. Take a twist. Yeah, take a twist. You can look back behind you. And then you can look around. Let the knees come one on top of the other for cow face. And if that's feeling like you need some support, take a cushion or block and sit up on that a little bit. And then let's bring the left elbow up. And start to feel yourself really sit back into your sits bones. Breathe into the back body. Release the right hand. Grab hold of your fingers if they don't find each other. You can come back where we were, or you can use a strap, or you can find another creative experience for yourself. If you have the space, you can try folding forward. Keep your seat active. Back of the neck long. Inhale to come up. Release. You can float your arms out to the side for a moment. And then come off your cushion. Let's take a down cross leg, down dog. So we'll just walk the feet back. And then we'll come forward into a cross leg plank. We'll roll over onto the left foot. And this time you can pull your right knee in. I don't know if you can see me. You can take the outer edge of your foot and reach it across. Maybe you have, like I can just let it rest on my bookshelf and press up. Just using what's here, kind of playing. And then release your foot to your inner thigh. Maybe taking a tree pose. Vashisthasana tree pose. And floating the arm up. Maybe your gaze comes up. Moving your heart up towards the ceiling. And then release that right foot. Lower yourself down. Feel the left shoulder blade come onto the back. And then press yourself up. Wild thing. Oh. Catch the back of your head. Bring it all the way back. Downward dog. Child's pose. Release your wrists. And give the wrists a little massage. Go ahead. Come back up. Grab a sip of water if you need it. And yeah, today is feeling like a really great day for diving in. So we'll move through this series, if I can remember it, on the second side. And what I'll ask of myself and then of you is that, well, honestly, I don't know if I will remember what's coming. So if I don't, it'll be something I'll do anyway. But that we really can come into each pose, right? Each posture, each asana, which is a seat, from a place of freshness. We started in down dog. We had our feet together. I remember that. Lift up the left leg. And then let that knee open, hip open, right heel. I don't know, does it release towards the ground? And those of you that are here with me right now, you all have such a consistent practice, some of you over many, many, many years. So don't abandon what you've experienced and integrated, but don't let it bind you either. Let's bring this foot forward. Come up for lunge. Let yourself ease into your lunge. Relax the upper body for a moment. You can shift your weight, just really feel yourself into the experience. Hands can float up, fingers can interlace, switch so that the other index finger is on top or in front rather. Find where the breath doesn't go and breathe there. Palms at the heart. Back knee comes down, lengthen. Twist to your opposite knee. Good. It's helpful here to find the support through the front shin. And then to work with the breath. Come back to your intention. What is your intention for this, for this practice? You can try lifting your back leg. You can try bringing the hand down. Maybe use a block like I'm going to do here. And really feeling in. Adjust as you need. Bring your hands down. Walk your fingers forward. Lift that back leg, standing split. Maybe lengthen away from your thigh. Let the right leg lift up a little bit more. And then bring it in. Come in for second twist. I don't know about you, but that first twist, really challenging for me today. Whereas normally it's a breeze. So there's something. There's evidence of the fact that it's not always the same. Come back into the center. Find your cushion or your block to sit up on. Cow face pose. So it's feeling much more complicated the first time around. It's actually a really simple flow, isn't it? Good. Right arm up. sit into your seat so that you feel the anchor of your seat, the anchor of your breath, the anchor of your attention in the moment which is already passing, even as we identify it as the moment. It's on to the next. Start to fold forward or stay upright, either one. Inhaling, float up, release. Arms can float out to the sides. You can pull your wrist back for a sec. You can roll your wrist. Remember, we are going to get into a little bit more of the arm balance. And then let's walk ourselves forward into that cross leg down dog situation. Right leg in back, left in front. The cross comes high up on the thighs. And shift forward. Plank. Press the legs against each other. Really feel that lift through the lower leg, through the left leg. And then roll to the right foot, sole of the right foot on the ground. Pull the knee in. So remember we did this at the beginning, so you can just hover it in here. Grab the outer edge of your foot, extend it long. It's been a while since I've played here. See what's happening. What happens when you lift your foot, when you lower it? Yeah, you can just play. It's about the feeling today, not so much the form. Foot comes into the inner thigh, up as high as you can get it. Shift to the other side. There we go. Heel of the hand in line with the arch of your back foot. And then step that foot back, lower down, just enough to get really connected in, and then pull the energy in and release it out. Oh, loud thing. When you're ready, bring it back. Headstand if you'd like. Otherwise, wide leg forward fold. Otherwise, child's pose. Hmm. Come out, take child's pose, or just sit back on your heels. Drop beneath the surface of the waves, the vrittis, the movements, body, mind, breath. Where does your attention go? So the body's a container, right? It's a container, a vehicle. It's how we bring our souls to live in this world, to be in this world. It's our house. It's all these things, but when we just notice, where does the energy or the attention go? I don't know, at least for me, it's very much in this space of the body. And yet it also is, when it's deep, when it's beneath the surface of the lake, when it's in that quiet space, it's much more expansive than this body. When you're ready, you can let your eyes open if they're closed. And come to sit, cushion or block. If you're still hanging, you're a superstar. And if you're not hanging, it's okay. If you've left, you probably had something to do. I have some stuff to do too. But this feels the most important right now. So, oh, great. Okay. So let's just sit and let's close with Nadi Shodhana. You are welcome to incorporate a breath hold, a kumbhaka, on the inhale. You can try it on the exhale. I find it a lot more intense on the exhale, but some people find it easier. I like to hold it on the inhale. I was just thinking about that because probably there's my pattern. So probably the exhale is where the opportunities are for me. But anyway, holding the breath, if it works for you and you can do it with awareness and without stressing yourself out. So that would be just holding the breath for as long as you inhale and then exhaling about twice as long as you inhale. Okay, so if you inhale for 4, you can hold for 4 and exhale for 8, 7 or 8. Yeah. So you do the math. Okay. And take a full breath in and out. And of course, if you're pregnant, if you're menstruating, full belly, you'll avoid the breath hold and you'll just work with the continuous flow. Begin when you're ready. Let's take 5 rounds. As you breathe, notice where the attention goes. Try to keep it in the deep part. One more round. When you're complete, bring your hands into a mudra at your heart. And last week, so funny, I couldn't remember the I don't remember the name of it, the Mahamrityunjaya mantra. And of course, right before I turned off the computer, I remembered it. And I remember it this week. It's known as the Great Death Conquering Mantra. And in this way, we can offer a wish, also a blessing, that we are able to release, to let go of attachment, and also to trust in the natural process of everything. To know that everything has its time, even and especially death. In fact, this morning Maverick came into bed, her son, he's 5, came into bed about, 6. And had many questions, most of them about death and dying. And of course, I don't have very many answers, really any. They're just guesses. Just like we are sort of guessing in our practice in a way, right? Just from what I've observed, what I've experienced, what I intuit or my heart guides me. But the question about timing was, why was it we lost a family member recently, and so why was it Grandma's time to die? Beats me. But to trust that there is, not to be cheesy like that Beatles song, but yeah, there's a time. Everything has its time. And so this mantra can help us to really surrender into that deep knowing, the knowing that's in the deep part, out of the mind. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sukandim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanam Mrityor Mukshiyamamritate. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sukandim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanam Mrityor Mukshiyamamritate. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sukandim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanam Mrityor Mukshiyamamritate. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace. Send so much love. Get outside today. It is perfecto. And you are so welcome. I know everyone needs to go, and I really appreciate those of you that were here for the whole thing, those of you that came when you could, and maybe, we'll see each other soon. See you next week.